Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Anime Chat with me, your host, Pop. And this month, in case you're not aware, we are looking at classic literature done in anime style. Usually what we do is we go through some news of the week. Then we'll check some rankings to see what some of our favorite shows are in the top 10. And then we'll get to the main event, which will be showing you two shows that have been done in anime from the classic literature. So I hope you're ready for that. Before I get to that, I'd say hello to you, James. Good to see you. And let's get on with the news of the week, courtesy of the Anime News Network. There it is. Going back to Monday, Crunchyroll streams Kaiju number 8 compilation film. I have not seen Kaiju number 8 myself, but I am interested in seeing what it's all about. So maybe a compilation film would be a good way to go. Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves game previews Ken in video. Yeah, that is Ken from Street Fighter, so it's a crossover between Street Fighter and Fatal Fury. Inti announces new Majogami game. Okay, I don't know what Majogami is, but it's coming out for the Switch and Switch 2 and PC. Toilet Bound Hanaku-kun second season anime cast Ryoka Yuzuki as Sumire. Enju's Kusunoki's Garden of Gods light novels gets a TV anime in 2026. Aniplex and A1 Pictures Sidekick Studio announced Grow Up Show original anime. I wonder what that one's going to be all about. Let's have a look here. Come on now. Still loading. There we go. Man, take a while. Aniplex, A1 Pictures, and Sidekick Studio announced the original anime project Grow Up Show. The Sunflower Circus Troupe on Sunflower Day on Monday. The work will debut in 2026. You wonder if Fabric Folds will show up? I don't know. Depends how busy he was. Sometimes he gets called out there for some emergency veterinary, practice, so we'll see. Okay, they haven't said what the show is going to be about. Okay. Well, we gotta wait anyway. Summer Pockets TV anime unveils 6th video visual featuring Shiroha Naruse. World's End Club game gets PS5 release. Kako Kuwahara appointed as new president CEO of Nippon TV Music. Okay. Hey, what's up, Nico? How you doing, man? We're just going through some news of the week. Kamitsubaki Studio, Kazuhide Oka announced Platonica Space Game. It says it's a psychological adventure game. Ease X Proud Nordics game unveils long trailer. You're hearing about this tick infestation and you're wondering if there's a product like Frontline Plus for cattle? I don't know. Definitely Fabric could know. He's our resident rancher. Well, hopefully he shows up. I don't think it's too early for him. Figured he might know. Yeah. Yeah, if anyone would, it would be him. You're good? Yeah, I'm good too. You getting ready for church soon? All right. Sounds good. The second That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime film's teaser reveals new story in a February 27th debut. United Arab Emirates Red Dunes Games works with Octopath Travelers Acquire on 3 projects. Huh. And that's all for Monday. Moving along to Tuesday. Gigo Akihabara #1, formerly Sega's flagship arcade, to close in August after 32 years. Oh, man. Oh, well, #1 was going to close, but #2, 3, and 5 will stay open. So it's not everything, it's just the one. I wonder what's going in its place. Let's have a look here. Is it going to take a long time to load up just like the other one? Sounds like a bad time. Man, that takes a while. You just want to read a simple story and it just, there we go. Yeah, they announced that Gigo Akihabara #1 game arcade will close on August 31st. As the lease contract is expiring, also stated that #2, 3, and 5 arcades will continue to operate. It originally opened in 1992 under the name High Tech Land Sega Shintoku, later changed the name to Club Sega Akihabara, then to Gigo Akihabara #1, but it retained the iconic red walls. Coming back as a slime. Yeah, that sounds like a bad time. Coming back as a slime. Yeah. Apparently, it's people like that show. Reincarnated as a slime. I myself have only seen the one beach episode when I did my beach-themed month. Occupancy rate of many arcades in Japan has been declining due to closures from the effects of the KOOF. Akihabara #2 arcade closed in August 2020. Okay. Genda, the global entertainment network for dreams and aspirations, purchased 85% of the shares of Sega Entertainment in December 2020 and renamed the company Genda Sega Entertainment. Sega Entertainment's percentage of voting rights became 14% following the share transfer. Sega Sammy withdrew from the domestic arcade management business by the end of 2020 as a result. Genda's acquisition, however, existing Sega arcades still retain the Sega name of the time. People know the name Sega, that's for sure. People love that blend shit. Yeah, I guess they do, eh, Nico? Hey, what's up, David? How you doing, man? Good to see ya. Don't forget, I'm just going to remind everybody that YouTube doesn't count views unless you leave a like on the video. So, yeah, if you wouldn't mind. I know it's a pain, but they changed their rules now to define what a view actually is on videos. So that's why a lot of creators' videos, the views have plunged, which, yeah, it's ridiculous. I think if you watch a video, you watch a video. I mean, come on. Anyway, let's keep going here. Sega permanently closed Sega Ikebukuro arcade in Tokyo in September 21 after 28 years. Large-scale arcade center had opened in 1993. Then they opened a new arcade center across the street in 2021 named Sega Ikebukuro. In January, Genda acquired the remaining 14% of arcade and music center company, Genda Sega Entertainment, and renamed the company Genda Gigo Entertainment. So there's literally no more Sega anymore. Looks like it anyway. At least for just for the amusement side of it, I guess. Genda has renamed all 196 Sega arcade centers across Gigo, Japan across Japan as Gigo, starting with arcades in Ikebukuro, Akihabara, and Shinjuku. The Gigo, formerly Sega, number 4, closed in September 22, has been replaced with Bandai Namco Amusements. Namco. Okay. However, Genda Gigo Entertainment opened the former Sega number 2 arcade under the new name Gigo Akihabara. Okay. Japan is one of the oldest countries, most elderly, you mean? You don't think Grandpa with his cane is playing much arcade games? Also, if Grandma's a gamer, way more convenient to play at home. Yep. Oh yeah, David, you can't leave a playlist running anymore then. Yeah, it seems like it. Or at least you have to start the playlist, leave a like and then a comment, and then I think it counts as a view. I don't know. They keep moving the goalposts. So it's like, why are you doing this? You're just messing things up here. Anyway, I don't think there's going to be... I know people will still call it Sega, but I don't think there's any Sega anymore now that they've been bought up by this other company. By Gigo. Gigo? G-I-G-O? Anyways, let's continue on here. Osana Najimi to wa love kom ni naranai TV anime cast Rin Kasumi. My Hero Academia anime's final season premieres on October the 4th. Wow. Okay, so MHA coming to an end. At least on the anime side. I think the manga ended a while back. Madoka Magica Walpurgisnacht Rising Anime Films trailer visual reveal February 2026 release. Hello, Alex Moore. How you doing? You're our resident manga reader. Did My Hero Academia manga end a while back? Part of the owning nothing plan, probably? I don't know, James. I hope not. Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth games launch on PS4 in the West on September 30th. Hey, that's one I've got for my Vita. So they're actually bringing out for the PS4. Okay. Nukitashi, the animation casts Mari Takahashi. Shinichiro Watanabe, Mappa's Lazarus anime, nominated for Emmy for opening theme song. Really? I haven't heard Lazarus opening. So is it really that good? I mean, is it like, are we talking about Cowboy Bebop levels of Tank? Because Tank is really great. I'm curious. Now I have to go listen to the Lazarus opening just to see if it's worthy of being nominated for an Emmy. Or does that mean anything anymore? New Saga Anime's English dub reveals cast and a dub cast. July 16th premiere. Tubi adds Tai Chi Chasers anime with different dub of last 13 episodes. I've never heard of Tai Chi Chasers. That's like out of nowhere. Oh, it premiered in Korea in 2007. Okay. Oh, hey, it's Kitty Bear. He's over there on Rumble. I see Kitty Bear. Just hit an anime you haven't finished. Still need to finish Lazarus. There you go. Muv-Luv Girls Garden Game reveals anime promo video. Toa and the Guardians of the Sacred Tree game introduces Guardians in new trailer. Mamoru Hosoda's Scarlet anime film announces more cast. Oh, Space Adventure Cobra, The Awakening, side-scrolling game, streams gameplay trailer. It's going to come out for the PS5, PS4, Xbox, Switch, and PC. Okay, so Space Adventure Cobra getting some love there with a game, a side-scrolling game. And that's all for Tuesday. Moving along to Wednesday. Golden Kamuy anime reveals final arc's January 2026 debut. 2 prologue films in October. Not just 1 prologue film, you get 2. That's crazy. Hope you guys have a beverage of your choice this morning. I'm drinking myself some coconut water because I needed something with some electrolytes. And apparently organic coconut water is really good. Moving along here. Aikatsu X Prepara, the movie, Dia no Kiseki anime film reveals full cast, staff, theme songs, October 10th debut. Toho Scarlet Curiosity game gets Switch version. I'm always glad when the Switch will get some games that aren't on it yet. Sonic Racing Cross-World Games trailer previews customization, gadgets, reveals Switch 2 release window. The Switch 2 version launches digitally in holiday 2025 and physically in early 2026. Steam updates guidelines on adult content. I heard something about this. They were just purging all the stuff that had adult content in it. I mean, why? Come on now. You're gonna cut down a lot of your revenue if you do that. Reborn is a Vending Machine. Season 2 anime reveals English dubs cast and a July 16th debut. Kitty Bear says, have I ever checked how many live action series there are on Netflix based on manga and anime? No, I haven't done that. But honestly, I don't have Netflix. I refuse to go to streaming services. Or at least pay for streaming services because I disagree with them. I don't like them, and I don't like how they edit things and how they make things disappear. So yeah, I haven't done that. But if there's probably more than we think there is, eh, Kitty Bear? Drink coconut water. It's got what plants crave. Oh, oh, James. Street Fighter 6 games trailer highlights Sagat. King of Prism, Your Endless Call anime film rises back to number 10 at the Japanese box office. A Mangaka's Weirdly Wonderful Workplace anime's first promo video unveils more cast, ending song, previews, opening song. Yeah, they don't care about exactly. Yes. Yeah, you know what, guys? I am very anti-streaming. Mostly because I grew up in the times of they had the big 3, ABC, NBC, CBS, and then Fox later on. You know, the network television and all that kind of stuff, and that was good. And, you know, the days when you could just put up an antenna and get channels on your television, that was the best. You know, and then cable came along, and there was a big uproar about cable too, and pay TV. And if you look up, there's videos on YouTube, like they'll have archive videos of people's reactions to pay TV and all that stuff back then. And yeah, they didn't want it. They didn't think it was a good idea. I mean, yeah, you got lots of channels, but you know, it was, they didn't want to pay for television. The commercials were supposed to pay for the programs. That's how it all came about. The programs would advertise for the commercials, The revenue from the commercials would pay for the TV program, not the consumers paying for the program, because that's just ridiculous. Anyways, getting way off. They persuaded MC and Visa, MasterCard and Visa not to process the payments. Not sure if that is. Oh yeah, that's coercion, isn't that? Streaming killed the TV star. Yep, I agree, David. If you have to guess, there are more anime and manga webcomics based live action on Netflix than there are Marvel movies. Wow, that's a lot. Kitty Bear, you don't mind streaming stuff as long as they have stuff worth paying for. You no longer go to the theater. You get at least one good series or movie per month. It's worth $20 per month you pay. That's, I don't know what the costs are, actually. I know, okay, so you're in Europe and it's $20 a month. I don't know what they do in US. Well, in Canada here, they must be a lot more. I mean, I can remember when Netflix was like $8. They were like, yeah, cut the cord, watch all the stuff you want. It's $8 a month. Moving along here, my status as an assassin obviously exceeds the heroes. TV anime unveils more cast, staff, opening song, and new video. And that's all for Wednesday. Moving along to Thursday, Crunchyroll reveals The Water Magicians anime's English dubcast and staff. I've been watching The Water Magician. It's not bad. We'll have to see where they go from here. I'm sure things are going to get really dire, but we'll see. Kagaku Boken Survival second season anime reveals October 4th debut. Yuhiro Sujitsusugu's Snowball Earth manga gets TV anime in 2026. Kitty Perry, you pay $20 for 4K streaming. You can cut it down to $10 for 1080p. Okay. That's actually really good. Let's Go Karaoke Anime reveals 12 new cast members. Hell Teacher Jujoku Sensei Nube anime cast Takaya Kuroda. Seems like you have to buy physical media or pirate stuff if you want a good experience. I really am a big proponent of physical media, James. So I will go out there and I will buy VHS tapes. I will buy DVDs and I will buy Blu-rays just so I can have that in my library, because then nobody can take it away from me. Nobody can edit it on me, and you know, I have exactly what I want. Yesterday I was just a little off topic here, but I was at my mother's place, and she had like 8 boxes of records, and I went through all those vinyl records to pick ones that I wanted to, because she was getting rid of them. So I went through them and I picked out some of the vinyl records I wanted, because I like vinyl records, and I want those to. I have a record player, and I want to have those physical things that I know will not just get erased or get, you know, wiped off or whatever. Water Magicians is best one this season you've seen, but again, you haven't seen a lot from the season yet. No problem, Nico. That's fine. I mean, I'm enjoying Water Magician. I'm glad you are too. A lot of the stream stuff is compressed too much. 4K stream not really at 4K. Yeah. But I've tried to look for a 4K DVD player or Blu-ray player, and yeah, I don't think they even make them anymore if they're putting them out. Artwork on CDs is too small. Yeah, they really some of those album covers are just works of art too. When you look at them, it's like, wow. And then they come with inserts and everything like that. It's something else. Kitty Bear, you own 2 movies on VHS and you can play them. You got Cherry 2000 and Death Race 2000. I don't think you got any other movies on VHS or DVD. Oh, yeah. Death Race 2000. Right on. I remember that one. Let's see. All right, back to the news here. Jam Project to return for One Punch Man Season 3, anime's opening theme song. Fantasy Maiden Wars Toho Project game heads west for the Switch and PC. Okay. That's your liking of album art? Yeah. It's a hand grenade. Watari-kun's Blank is about to collapse. Anime reveals English dubcast and a July 18th debut. Silent Witch anime reveals English dubcast and a July 17th debut. We'll skip by the North American anime manga releases. 100 Meters anime films trailer unveils more staff. Official Hig Dandism's theme song. That's all for Thursday. Golden Kamuy has a live action on Netflix. You haven't seen that one. You don't know if the live action is good. It's tough. It's tough to get live action as good as the actual anime. Oh, the end of Death Race 2000. Oh yeah. Okay, moving along to Friday. 4th Be Forever Yamato Rebel 3199 film teaser video highlights Ram Desla. Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You manga gets TV anime in 2026. Okay, that sounds like a slice of life one where they're just like having a smoke behind the supermarket. Plus-sized Misadventures in Love anime's first promo video unveils cast, staff, ending theme artist. October 6th premiere. That's going to be almost like plus-sized alpha, I betcha. Cheap viewers on Streamboo. Yep, you know what? You're gone. You tweaked your back getting out of bed. Aye. Man, oh man. Yeah, that sucks. Guy looks like typical slice of life old man character. Yeah, he does. And they're gonna have like, so smoking is gonna be prevalent in the in that show. That's gonna be something, all right. I don't know if people are gonna get up in arms about that. We'll have to see. If it was up to, what was it, 4Kids Animation, they'd have to get rid of all the cigarettes. So there would just be smoke floating around for no reason. Hands Off, Sawaranad Koteshaishi-kun anime streams teaser promo video. Maybe smoking and romance? Yeah, that's probably what they'll be in. To Nico, I'm sure. See You Tomorrow at the Food Court anime reveals 2 more cast members. This is a very short one. I think there's only like 6 episodes. And it's just about girls talking at the food court. So I've been watching it. Romance in Aisle 12. Kitty Bear, you disagree. Netflix has a lot of live action you thought is better than the anime. Into the stories may not be 100% the same, but you think they're not bad? Okay. Late cleanup. Later, yeah, cleanup on aisle 12. Yep. You're also sure they're way better than what Disney brings to the theater and on streams? That goes without saying. I mean, the quality of Disney now is there. It's on the ground. Like, they set the bar and then they go below the bar. So when the bar's on the ground, you know, they've really got to turn things around. Inazuma 11 Victory Road game gets another delay to November 14th. Smoking Behind the Supermarket has an anime. Oh yes, the manga has been good slow burn. Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah, really good, Alex. Really good. The Frontier Lord begins with 0 subjects novels get TV anime. The Oblivious Saint Can't Contain Her Power novels get TV anime. And that's all for Friday. Moving along to Saturday. I Parry Everything TV anime gets second season. Why? I put this on one of the, back in April for Awful April, I put this show on that list. Because it was, you know, it was terrible. The guy is so dumb and oblivious. It's not funny anymore. Like, you think it's funny for a while, and then all of a sudden it's dumb. So I don't know why I Parry Everything would get a second season. It's not that great. It's just, unless Noor starts getting a brain in his head. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Usually smoking's a bit rushed on break time. I guess depends on how big of a drag you take. Why is the right question. No, really not because the anime is good. I know. I mean, it's not, and I don't know how many of you guys have watched I Parry Everything. But, you know, he gets a sword given to him and he uses it to clean out a ditch with it. It's like, what? That's ridiculous. Like you can't be that dumb. But whatever, it's I'm not gonna watch it. So good for you, I Parry Everything. You got a second season. I don't know how you did that, but who asked for that? You parry my assessment. Found it funny, especially when you know people that aren't actually that stupid in real life. Okay, Kitty Bear. Touche. Hero Without a Class TV anime reveals teaser trailer, more cast, theme song artists. A Wild Last Boss appeared. Anime's first promo video reveals opening theme. Hell Mode TV anime reveals cast, teaser visual, January 2026 debut. A Tale of the Secret Saint TV anime reveals main staff, 2026 debut in video. Awful lot of Saint animes coming out. Here's what you waited for, the video game rankings for July 7th to 13th. We get to see who's at number 1. No surprise, Mario Kart World. Then followed by Tamagotchi Plaza, Patapon 1 and 2 Replay, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's still at number 4, Mario Kart 8. Then Animal Crossing, New Horizons, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Minecraft, a PS5 game, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach. Then we're back to the Switch with Tamagotchi Plaza, Fantasy Life, Natsumon, Rune Factory, IREM Collection, Nintendo Switch Sports, Smash Bros. Ultimate, Pokemon Scarlet Violet, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Raido Remastered. At number 19, a PS5 game, Elden Ring. And then at number 20, Splatoon 3. So, it's crazy. Even with the new Mario Kart World out, Mario Kart 8 still sold copies. Almost 7,000. Man, oh man, just crazy. But still, Nintendo at number 1. Is it like Maury? You watch it to feel better about life? You're not. I'm not that messed up. Could be. Oh, Kitty Bear. Of course, you're not talking about people not knowing they are so strong, but about people who do not realize how stupid they are. Yes. Usually, it's those ones that are like, I'm the smartest. It's amazing how that game sells so well with minor upgrades all over the... Yes, yep. Isn't that crazy? James, with all, like, the way it's just people keep buying it. And they like to play racing, and they like to race against everybody. All right, let's do the animation and TV ranking. Let's see what's going on there. Okay. At number 1, Saze-san, then followed by Detective Conan, Chibi Maruko-chan, Tougen Anki, that was the premiere. One Piece is hanging in there, Yaiba Samurai Legend, Yuen Idol Precure, Doraemon, Crayon Shin-chan, Oshiri Tantai, and animated Osaru no George. Fanboy power? Maybe. Okay, Studio Lico launches Mythic Item Obtained, Idle RPG smartphone game in North America, Japan, and Taiwan. Oh, watch out for them smartphone games, you guys. Forbidden Ground, Lair of Euni game announced for the Switch and PC. Criterion Channel streaming service to add anime section in August. Okay, so they've seen what's going on out there, and they're like, you know what, we got to get in on this. Services to add Ghost in the Shell, Redline, Paprika, Tamala 2010, A Punk Cat in Space. Yes, Criterion Collection Company announced on Thursday it will add anime section to its Criterion channel. The service will add Ghost in the Shell, Redline, Paprika, Tamala 2010, Punk Cat in Space in August. The service is already streaming Naoko Yamada's Liz and the Bluebird and 5 works by Makoto Shinkai, 5 centimeters per second, children who chase lost voices. The place promised in our early days, She and Her Cat, and Voices of a Distant Star. I think the only one I've watched out of that was 5 centimeters per second. Criterion Collection once released Katsuhiro Otomo's Akira anime film on Laserdisc in 1992. Although it did not release another animated film for another 2 decades, it released an 8-disc Blu-ray set for the live-action Godzilla franchise titled Godzilla, the Showa-era films, 1954 to 1975, with 15 films from the listed years. In 2019, it also released the complete Lady Snowblood collector's set, as well as Akira Kurosawa's Throne of Blood on DVD. Okay. And that's Saturday. Next up, Sunday, today. Crunchyroll reveals English dubcast for Kaiju number 8 Season 2. Night of the Living Cat, and 3 more anime. Otakake Kozami anime film reveals theme song, more cast in second trailer. Deaf Crocodile, Cartoona licensed Tamale 2030 sequel anime film. Okay. Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Absurd Skill, Season 2, post Super Yummy Time video. Okay. 5 centimeters per second was a big oof. You mean the story? I can't remember. I watched it so long ago. And that is the news. Oh, they didn't have this one though. Live action Legend of Zelda film cast Bo Bragason as Zelda, Benjamin Evan Ainsworth as Link. I mean, as long as they can act and they know the lore, like let's keep the story true. Let's not go off on a tangent. You don't need to make Zelda a girl boss. Yeah, they cast some relatively unknown actors, so let's see what happens here. Good thing you don't remember. It was not a happy ending. Oh, okay. Let's see. And is everything else? We've reported on everything else? Yes, everything else. Okay. Next up, let's check some rankings here. Now, the Anime News Network hasn't caught up yet with any rankings for the new shows. But we'll go to this site here and see what at number 1. It's not One Piece this time. It's Kaiju number 8, Season 2. Then is One Piece, followed by Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity, scooped up by an S-rank adventurer, My Dress Up Darling Season 2, that's good. Water Magician, Dan Season 2, of all things Naruto Shippuden at number 8, To Be Hero X at number 9, and Gachiakuta at number 10. People are liking Gachiakuta, I guess. So that's the top 10 being watched right now. And now it's time for the main event. You know what that means. I'm going to get set up for our classic literature. Just do this and this and have this. Trash People show. Yep, liking it. Hey, what's up, Boris? How you doing, man? You're just in time for the main event. Kitty Bear, you don't care about any game, manga, or anime live action made with English actors? Those are all on Disney level as far as you're concerned. The Japanese and Korean stuff is way better. Yeah, I agree. There we go. Do this. Now, man, it is hard to find stuff that is subtitled. A lot of this stuff is dubbed. So if you go looking for it, that's what you can expect to find is just dub stuff, which is okay. One Piece. Kitty Bear, One Piece is an exception so far. You're waiting for it to go off the rails. They might be okay. I think Oda's got a good control over it, so they're not going to get away with doing anything dumb. All right, for the first classic literature, we have The Monster of Frankenstein from 1981. So this is all dubbed in English. And as you can see, it's the Italian, I guess Italy got a hold of it, but it is in English, and it's Frankenstein, the monster of Frankenstein. Or if you've watched Young Frankenstein, it's Frankenstein. And so, yes, castle in Europe. This show is not for the faint of heart. I'll tell you right now. There you go. You've got, bull's head, and blood, lots of blood. There he is. And you've got Victor Frankenstein, and he has his assistant. His assistant is not Igor. Igor was a Hollywood made-up character. His assistant's name is Zuckel. So here he is. He's trying to make life out of, different dead body parts. And his assistant Zuckel tries to warn him, hey, we shouldn't be doing this. And he's like, never mind, I'm going to go through with it, until they keep trying, and, well, the generator burns up. And everyone thinks they know the story of Frankenstein, but it goes a little further than. And I was surprised too. The ending, you guys are gonna just be shocked if you haven't read the books or anything like that. But the ending is, well, you'll see. So the generator blows up because it needs too much power, and the lightning strikes afterwards, and that powers him up. That's got enough power, and he lives. But he gets struck by lightning again. And now he's none too happy. And they're running from him because, he's gone on a rampage. And Dr. Frankenstein's like, here, take this gun and get rid of him. And I don't know what it is, but everyone in this show is a terrible shot. Nobody can hit anything. They've gone to the stormtrooper school of shooting, and they are terrible at it. So he tries to shoot him. The monster grabs the guy and crushes his eye and throws him away. But he stands near the cliff when he takes a shot, and down he goes. So the monster goes down the cliff. It disappears into the nothingness. And I believe the doctor and his assistant part ways. And this is long, by the way. This is an 1.5 hour long movie. So we get the whole thing. The next day, someone's been murdered. And the cops, the inspector, that's him there. I believe his name is Belbo. Inspector Belbo. They find footprints, and he's like, wow, how wide of a gate does this guy have? So the doctor comes home, meets his wife. They have a maid. They have a young child. But then we get the monster surveying the peaceful little town. There's the grandfather, who is Victor's dad, and his granddaughter, which is Victor's daughter, and their friend, her friend Philip. And if you listen to the dub, for those of you that know, like, Robotech and such, the granddaughter is voiced by the same girl who voiced Minmay in the dub of Robotech. And Philip is voiced by the guy who did Rick Hunter. So Tony Oliver and Reba West. And this is in 81. This was done before Robotech. So they were voice acting even before then. Stein is the correct pronunciation. Steen is wrong. Yes. Kitty Bear. Yes. Das ist Frankenstein. Ja. So they're out hanging around, picking flowers. The monster is out there lurking. So the daughter comes back from visiting the grandfather, sees her dad. It's a nice, happy reunion, and it's time to have some dinner. And they have steak. But I don't know what's wrong with the doctor because, as we see here, her steak is good. And the doctor is going to cut into his steak. And his steak starts bleeding. So, I don't know if he's suffering from what he had to go through when he was making the monster's body, as he was cutting up body parts. Like, this show doesn't pull any punches. This is how it is. He tries to relax after dinner. They flash back to him talking to his father. His father's warning him. He's like, "Don't do this. Don't try to make life. Don't try to create." The steak looks well done. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, he's telling him, he's like, "Don't try to play God and create life. It's not a good idea." He's like, "Screw you. I'm going to do it anyway. It's all in science." So his wife is trying to comfort him, like, "Hey, what's going on?" He never tells anybody. He never admits anybody that he's created a monster and it's running amok. So he is the cause. The doctor is the cause of all the trouble that goes along there, even though he doesn't think so. And he's hearing a lot of things. He heard a dog squeal. Well, his dog was killed by the monster and put into his bed. They get a visit from the inspector. He's trying to figure out what's going on here. He's like, "What's with all these murders going on? And do you know anything about it?" And his deputy opens his mouth that the dog was killed. And, of course, the young daughter is devastated. But he's trying his best to solve the mystery. But the doctor is not forthcoming with any information. He doesn't reveal anything about what he knows. So that's it's on him. There he is, standing by the window. But he had a bad dream. He thought he fooled the audience watching it to think that the monster was going to get him, but it was just a bad dream. He meets up with his former assistant, who is like, "What's the matter? Don't you like my eye? Don't you like to see me?" And he shows him his eye that's missing because of the monster. And he blackmails the doctor. He's like, yeah, you know what? I think 500,000 will be good for keeping my mouth shut and helping me deal with my eye. At the meeting of the medical, all the doctors and whatnot, they gave him congratulated him on something, but I can't remember what it was about. As we go along, some innocent people are having some dinner, and the monster grabs some dinner after he scares them away. Now remember, it was the doctor. His name is Frankenstein. The monster doesn't have a name. This is crazy. As he's having a bath, all of a sudden there's blood dripping into there's a horse head hanging from the ceiling. Like, yikes. That monster is doing all he can to terrorize the doctor. So the doctor's like, that's it. It's time for the old rifle to come out. He's just panicking. Apparently, this guy, his assistant, was haunting him with images that looked like Frankenstein. But he finds out, he's like, yeah, just pay me some more money and I'll be done. So, once again, the police are still trying to figure out what is going on. The Frankenstein monster ran into a farmer who reported it to the police. Aha! So now the assistant runs into Frankenstein's daughter and says, yeah, just give your dad a message for me, will you? Kitty Bear, in your opinion, Frankenstein has more than one monster? Frankenstein himself is a monster too? Yeah, there you go. That's what happens when you put morality off to the side to pursue your own ambitions. He locks his daughter in her room so she is safe. He's going to meet his assistant, Zukel, who is a little on edge. But the monster meets him instead. And he loses his gun, tries to get away, but he just ends up angering the monster more. And this is going to be the end of him, as he snaps his neck and throws him in the river. Then, they find him. There he is. And the police are still at a loss as to what's going on. The Frankenstein's maid is leaving, Emma. She's had enough. She's like, there's an evil omen over this place. I'm out of here. But she runs into the monster. And he just rips open her suitcase, and then we don't know what happens. The inspector is talking to Dr. Frankenstein and says, we found this gun. Look familiar? He's like, that's not mine. I don't have one. He's like, oh, okay. And didn't you hear that your maid is dead now? Yeah, I'll block this guy. Hang on. It's a bot. Okay, there we go. Inspector's on his way up in the mountains where the grandfather lives. You got Philip and Emily. There's the grandfather. He has a hard time seeing. And they find the maid. She had a heart attack, is what they'll determine. So the monster technically didn't kill her, but he kind of frightened her to death. Meanwhile, at a wedding, the lights go out, and the monster invites himself to the buffet. Of course, people don't want him there. And they attack him, but he eventually just tries to escape. The police are catching up, though. Their shots aren't that great either. And he collapses. But he makes it to grandfather's house up on the mountain, where they're having a good old time just singing, dancing, playing their instruments until they hear something. They're like, "What's that? What's outside?" Like, "Oh, I didn't see anything." Then the monster keeps trying to get rid of his reflection because it's so horrible looking. Aha, the police found this projector that Zakel was using to terrorize the doctor. And doctor's had enough, so he grabs a knife or a dagger and he wants to end it all, but his wife stops him in time. Back at the grandfather's place there, they're having a good old time. Dr. Frankenstein now has his shotgun and he's going to hunt down the creature. The creature comes to the grandfather's house when both Emily and Philip are gone. The grandfather knows, he can sort of tell who he is, and asks him just to sit down and have a meal, or at least something to drink. When Emily comes back, she's like, "Oh no, the monster, get lost." And he's like, "No, he's peaceful." So the father is up there and he's looking for him. Oh, there we go. Confrontation. Now remember what I said. Everybody in this show is terrible shot. Just awful. So he shoots him in the arm, but the monster grabs a branch and smacks him. Then he hears screaming while Emily is trapped by a bear. He's coming to. Wow, that is a big bear. But the monster grabs the bear, fights with it, and saves her, takes her back to the grandfather's cabin. She tends to his wound by wrapping it up, and yeah, Now he's not hurting people. He's learning how to make things. She's teaching him how to make bread. He's eating bread, feeding the birds. He even shows him, she's like, oh, this is a crucifix. Quite a little bit of religious overtones here. The dad's still looking. Philip comes in, sees he doesn't know the story. He doesn't know that the monster has turned over a new leaf. Then we get Angry Mob. So, Angry Mob obviously wants to get rid of him. So they go get pitchforks and all that other kind of stuff. They're the ones that start a fire trying to go after the monster. The mother meets up with her daughter. Emily meets up with Philip. And the police are like, well, Angry Mob caused a lot of trouble now. Grandfather was looking for the monster, but he's getting overwhelmed by the fire. The monster braves all of the flames to rescue the grandfather. Nothing wrong with that. The mother, she's getting caught in the fire. And the monster is running to try to save her. But nope. The mother suffers and dies in the fire. Everyone gets the wrong idea that it was the monster's fault. But he's got the grandfather there. He saved him. Philip decides, I'm going to finally do this. And he misses. Then Emily grabs the gun and is like, I'm going to do this. And he's like, don't. No, don't. She hits him in the hand. So she finally has a good shot. And, flashbacks to them getting along. The monster makes his way to a church. And he remembers what she said about the cross and all that. And I believe he goes inside the church. Yes, he does. And the imagery here is pretty crazy. He looks at where the statue of Jesus was nailed, and he looks at his hand, and he's like, "Oh, I've got a hole in my hand too." And so I don't know if it starts to try to pray, but it does clasp its hands together. And yeah. So Dr. Frankenstein finds him in here. And it's like, this is not going to be sanctuary for you. But he throws a pew at him and runs. So he doesn't finish him off. He runs away. The grandfather explains everything, that the monster was saving him and tried to save her mother. So what does she do? She's going to go out and look for him. As are the police, who find him. And once they start shooting, out come the boulders. Because, the monster's got to throw boulders to defend himself. And they make it down. He makes it down to the inspector, whose gun jams. And he's about to smash him with a boulder when he remembers Emily. And he just leaves. But he gets shot in the back by the doctor. Emily pleads with him. Don't do it. But he's like, nope, I must do it. This is my creation. And the monster, he falls off the cliff. He jumps off the cliff. And then her dad, he can't stand it any longer. So he decides he's going to take matters into his own hands and end himself. And he does. So he ends himself. And that's it. The inspector comes back and he sees the gravestone, the grave. And that's it. That is the story of Monster of Frankenstein. What a wild ride that was. I did not expect that at the end for Dr. Frankenstein to off himself like that. Pretty crazy, but yeah. I have yet to read the full version of the Frankenstein. But I wonder how closely they followed the story. It seems like they did all right. Yeah, well, yeah. Isn't that something? Next up, we'll go for something a little more lighthearted. This one's a little more... this one will be familiar as well. It's done by Rudyard Kipling. And if anybody knows that name of that author, he is the one who wrote The Jungle Book. And no, this isn't the Disney Jungle Book. There is no singing in this one. They do have the opening intro. And if anybody knows The Jungle Book, it's all about Mowgli, the boy who was raised in the jungle. And this one is dubbed as well. There's no subtitles. It's from 1989. It was hard to find one with any kind of subtitles in it. But yes, it is The Jungle Book. And we zoom into the earth. And it takes place in, that is India. That's the Indian subcontinent. And you can see there's lots of wildlife as a plane lands on one of the lakes there. And there's a scientist, a father, a mother, and the little baby. And they are very happy. I don't know why they brought their baby along. He couldn't have left it with anybody, but they are Indian parents. And they're going to go take samples, but they're just going to leave their child in the tent as they go off and take samples by the river or the lake. So that's how far away they are. Out come some animals that get into the tent, wake the baby up, make it so that the baby follows them into the forest. And deeper into the forest, there's the glowing eyes of Shere Khan, who doesn't like humans. And he has a hyena henchman who says he wants him to go get the human. Is this a Studio Ghibli production? Hey, you know what, David? That's a good question. I will check that right now. Is it Studio Ghibli? Checking. Just give me a moment. The studios that made it were Nippon Animation. Nope, this is not a Studio Ghibli one. The style may look like it, but it is not. Oh, and this is Mowgli, if in case you haven't figured out yet. He stumbles across a python named Kaa. And the animals all talk about the rules of the jungle. And one of the rules is you don't mess with human cubs, otherwise the humans will come and wipe you out. And they know that. They very well know that if you mess around with human cubs, the other humans will come and wipe you out. Yeah, style is spot on. Yeah. So Kaa is the snake, the python. He's wondering what to do. He's like, we got to get this kid back. But then Baloo, there's Baloo the bear. And so they are going to go. Baloo's going to tell Kaa to go find Bagheera because he knows he's been around humans a lot more. There's the hyena. He's watching the camp. The parents are like, the kid's gone. The worst parents ever. Worst parents ever. You know, you couldn't have just taken your kid with you. No, you thought that he'd be safe in the tent. Meanwhile, out at the watering hole by all the oxen and all that, it looks like Bagheera bagged himself a water buffalo. And Kaa is talking to him about the human. He's like, we need your help, man. It's like, all right, fine. So Baloo's watching over Mowgli. The parents are looking for Mowgli. Nope. The hyena saw where the parents are. They keep looking. The hyena reports back to Shere Khan, who is coming to hunt down the cub, the Mowgli. Bagheera is trying to dissuade him from that. He's like, you know what happens. Do you really want to call down the wrath of the humans? So Bagheera is trying to track down the parents to get them over to Mowgli. And the parents are at a loss as to where their child is until they see Bagheera in the clearing, and they were standing too near the cliff. They took a step back and they fell. They fell to their deaths because of Bagheera. So now Mowgli has no parents. Mowgli's right on top of Baloo. I think Baloo's trying to get him back to his parents. He doesn't know yet. That hyena is getting in the way. Baloo's like, come on, go on, go back to your parents. He's like, don't you think about going near him. There goes Shere Khan, though. Shere Khan wants that tasty, tasty human meat. And Mowgli stumbles upon the wolf den. Like, oh, he's friendly enough. Oh, and he's feeding. Okay. So Mowgli gets adopted by the wolves. And they're like, Shere Khan's coming. He's like, beat it. We're not giving you the human. And he can't get in. He wants that human badly, but he can't get in. He hears the rest of the wolf pack out there, so he knows he can't take all of them on. Kitty Bear, what do you call the horror version of the Jungle Book? Jungle Cook? All the animals get eaten? Oh! So Mowgli sleeps with his adopted parents, and then there's a big gathering of the whole pack and a debate as to whether to bring him into the pack or not. A lot of people are against it, or a lot of the wolves are against it. The rule is they need to have 2 people vouch for them, 2 animals. And will anybody? Oh, Baloo will. Baloo's like, yep, I will vouch for the human. We need 1 more, though. Oh, Bagheera. Bagheera's like, okay, I will vouch for him as well. And so the wolves adopt Mowgli. And we'll see what happens on the next episode of The Jungle Book. So this show is going to be episodic. It's not just a one-shot movie. There you go. That is the second classic literature, The Jungle Book. I gotta check and see how many episodes there are. It has 52 episodes, so you're definitely gonna get everything you need to know, and probably a very good rendition of The Jungle Book. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, there we are. Jungle Book. Monster of Frankenstein and Jungle Book, the 2 classics that are done in anime style. Next up, anime from this season now. There's a few shows I have not watched yet, but so far, Cultural Exchange with a Game Center Girl is very sweet. I'm liking it. Detectives These Days Are Crazy. It's a funny one. The chance of wild animals feeding a human kid is very small. Apes might maybe help. Yeah, you never know, Kitty Bear. Yeah, Detectives These Days Are Crazy. Good comedy one. Gachiakuda, very, very drama heavy. Yeah, lots of very dystopian. Oh, and Go-Go Loser Ranger Season 2. I'm not sure if that one's... I've watched the last episode yet. Hell Teacher Jigoku Sensei Nube. This one. This teacher has a demon hand, and he is able to exorcise demons out of people. And also objects. Because last one was just wild. If you guys saw episode 3, that was pretty crazy. A little bit unhinged. Reincarnated Seventh Prince, that's a fun ride. He wants to learn divine magic, so he goes and takes on an angel. That's great. My Dress Up Darling Season 2. More of the same, more cosplay, more of Gojo helping Marin with her cosplays. I'm liking it. Yeah, Kitty Bear, you like Ugly Mug Epic Fighter? Funny so far, you haven't seen it? Yeah. I want to see more action, though, out of Ugly Mug. New Saga. What was this about again? I forget. Defeats the left dying. Send him. Oh, right. This is like the Do-Over Damsel. It sends him into the past. He wants to make a different future for himself. So, okay, so he's going to try things to make the outcome different. Yeah, I'll keep going with it. It's not bad. I want to see him get even stronger. It's a turn of events, and it really everyone that's around him is like, wow, this is way out of character for you, and he's like, I got to do this. Onmyo Kaiten Rebirth Verse. We'll have to see where this goes. If it keeps going the way it is, where he keeps, if he dies, he goes back in time even further. I wonder if they're going to pursue that kind of a storyline. Yeah, you hope so too, eh, Kitty Bear? You hope he'll take more time in the front instead of trying to stay in the back. Yeah, why not? Use those powers you got. Reborn as a vending machine. Yep, this is a good one. I like it. It's pretty darn good. I like seeing all the things he can get up to. Ruri Rocks, if you ever want to know about mineralogy, this is the show to tune into. She's learning all about geology and all that kind of good stuff. They were looking for gold last episode and found some. So let's see where they go next. I want to see what else they're going to discover. See you tomorrow at Food Court. It's only 6 episodes. It's just girls talking about anything and everything under the sun. Sometimes it's like Existential Crisis or Seinfeld, the anime. Solo Camping for 2. This is 24 episodes for this season. That's pretty crazy. This guy likes his camping by himself, but he gets intruded on by this one girl who is not prepared for it. And of course, she imposes that he help her learn how to camp. We'll see. We'll see if it becomes really annoying. I might just drop it. Water Magician. Yeah, that's all right. I always like it when there's self-taught people to do magic and they're really OP. In the latest episode of Reborn's vending machine cracked you up, though not so much as the condom vending machine episode. Oh yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like how he trains us into different machines. Turkey, Time to Strike. This one went off the rails like in episode 2. Episode 1, it's like, okay, bowling anime. Episode 2, oh, they get pulled back in time to the Sengoku era. And it's like, okay, that took like a weird right angle turn. But I'll go with it, maybe for one more episode and see how it goes. Ugly Mug Epic Fighter. Okay, so the guy is really, really strong, but let's put some of that to good use. Otherwise, I'm just going to drop you as being a boring show. We better see some good fights here where he steps up and stop trying to be so passive. Outcast Restaurant. Yeah, this is a good one. I like it. The guy that runs the restaurant, he got booted out of his group through no fault of his own. Just because their leader is a arrogant jackass. Yeah, Outcast Restaurant. This guy, he's got a good heart and he tries to take care of people while making good food. It also helps that he's like level 99. So he's pretty strong. Witch Watch. I gotta catch up more on this when they come out. It's a good comedy. I don't know if it's going to get more serious now that we've been introduced to the characters. And With You in the Rain, woman meets Tanuki, who can communicate by writing on stuff, but other than that, it seems like a big slice of life, and it's quite dull. Very chill, if you will, but that's what you get with You in the Rain. And those are the shows of the season so far. I haven't watched quite all of them yet, so I will catch up on them probably today. What does Kitty Bear say? Still, the Arifureta episode where the main character beats up a dragon is by far the funniest episode you've ever seen. You laugh so hard your neighbors bang on the wall in the middle of the night. Jeez. Waking up the neighbors. Well, all right. That's everything for today, I believe. Remember, everybody, please, if you can, hit that like button just for some engagement. Otherwise, YouTube won't count the views. Yeah, it's weird now the way they're going through things. But anyways, tell your friends, spread the word. There's other good channels out here, people you can watch and enjoy, like Pacific 414 and DJ Ronnie G, Brandon the Anime Guy, Carl at the RNG Podcast, Tom B, Angry Canadian, Nerd Pro Lifeform, Punk Waddle, Infinite Metal, and don't forget Kixie. She goes by Call Me Kixie on Twitch. Really wholesome VTuber. Very family friendly. She plays a lot of indie games. No, Kitty Bear, I haven't watched Arifureta. Coming up. Hey, it's back to work. I'm back at it now on Monday. Back to the old grind again. Holidays are over. And so that means on Tuesday, Trade Talk Tuesday, I should have some updated pictures and videos and such and stories on what happened while I was away. So that's always a good time. After that, Sunday, Retro Game Day, more Oracle of Seasons. I made it to the next dungeon. Gotta try to find my way through that dungeon, clear it out, gather up what I need. And then on Sunday, next Sunday, more classic literature. Come and see which shows, which classic books out there have been turned into some anime stories. If you had a good time today, you should have a good time next time. Tuesday is Picture Time Day. It sure is, David. You got that right. Yeah, we'll have a good old time. We'll go have a good old time next Sunday going over some more classic literature. Kitty Bear, you're unsubbing. If you haven't seen that, you've wasted your time. There is so much There's a tidal wave of shows. There's so many things to watch. It's hard to get a lot of stuff in. Got to pick and choose, Kitty Bear. Well, all right. I had fun today. I hope you guys did too. And I hope to see you on Tuesday. If not, see you on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. I have put up some new unboxing videos. In case you're not aware, have a watch of those. See some of the new characters I've managed to find out in the wild. It's pretty good out there. And they aren't very long either. So, thanks a lot for stopping by today, everybody. I appreciate you. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Until next time, I've been Pop, and I am signing off.